Banished from the hero's party, I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. Volume 4 review. In Volume 3, banished from the hero's party, I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. Siblings Red and Rudy were reunited at last, much to their joy. Of course, not everyone was happy about this development, and in Volume 4, our heroes are going to have a fight if they want to keep the quiet life they desire so much. Will they succeed? Let's find out. As we find out in the previous book, Rudy wants to give up her statues as a hero and live a quiet life with her brother in Zoltan. Of course, in this world, trying to go against what your blessing wants is going to cause you plenty of trouble, but to get around this, Rudy has been taking false prophet, a drug that caused a lot of trouble in earlier installments in the series. Red is worried about the long-term effects of Rudy taking the drug, so he and Reed, along with TC the assassin, headed to the nearby ruins where Rudy has been keeping the creator of the drug hostage. That's not the only problem Red is facing either, as Rudy's old party member Aris is hot on her heels, hoping to change their mind about letting go of the hero's blessing and would do anything to get what he wants. Aris believes he needs to be the hero's guide to have any purpose and drive. As it begins to slip down his fingers, he's only become more and more unhinged, and even turning to the demon, for help isn't out of the question, so long as Rudy's return to her quest. Raiders may remember that Ares is the reason Red was kicked out of the hero's party to start with, leading him to beginning his life in Zoltan. For us, let's see how Ares acted towards Red. He's deeply believed the man who will protect his little sister and put her best interests first. Needless to say, the Ares and Red reunited under these conditions, with Ares in such a deranged mental state does nothing good for anyone, and ultimately the two entered into a deadly conflict to could spell the end of any number of our cast. Banished from a Heroes Party Volume 4 is a fairly short entry in the series, coming in at just 165 pages, but it means it wasted no time to bring this arc to this conclusion. In the end of the world, author Zapwan admitted that it was originally supposed to be the end of the series, which makes sense to me since Red and Ruid coming together always felt like it should be the final storyline. Of course, thanks to its popularity, that is not actually the end of Banished from the Heroes Party, and there's still plenty more content to come, 5 volumes and counting, but that does make it for a good stopping point, depending on what you care about in the series. How the storyline evolves from here is going to be very interesting, since we're not having the divide between Red and Rudy's stories they have been up until now. Zappa talks about the theme of the series being a slow life, which is also haven't seen a great deal of since Volume 1, so that literally suggests a significant change in direction. Even in particular in love with the cast, this is the perfect point to be favorable to the series. I am certainly intrigued to see what comes next, but not everyone will share the sentiment now the original premise has included. This also explains why the anime adaptation they aired last year crammed all 4 books and to reach this point. This book ended up a bit of a confusing mess in the anime since it was adapted over just 2 episodes. Even if you watch the anime, it's well worth seeking out this volume to give yourself a clearer idea of what is supposed to be happening. Banished from the Heroes Party has decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. Volume 4 comes to the West, thanks to the Empress, and continues to be translated by Dal de Lucia. The translation reads well with no promise to note. Volume 4 of the series is due to release in February, so not long to wait to find out how things change going forward. Overall, Banished from the Heroes Party I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. Volume 4 brings a satisfying conclusion to the plot we've been following since Volume 1, and decided to change direction and follow the new path. But for some, to us, this will prove a suitable place to say goodbye to the series. 8/10.